Tech Cafe.
And I'm surprised that name was available. I think it'd be like snatched up in 1992 or 3. It's a good job there. I love the name. And with Bing, so we like to think of ourselves as a bit of a startup within Microsoft. Oh, okay. At Bing, we like to think ourselves as a bit of a startup in the vast Microsoft portfolio. And admittedly, frighteningly well-funded one, but still. There's a lot of kind of the startup ethos that we try to follow, and I think that has somehow fed into our success as well. And just going back about a year before we launched, we knew that we were coming into a world that really didn't want us. I mean, everybody loved Google. It's like, and I think a lot of startups kind of get this too, right? Like, there's a dominant leader, and how do you kind of innovate and break through? And people just loved Google, and the SAT level is like 98.8 at that time. And which is like comparable to like milk, right? Like how do you improve that? So we knew our work was cut out for ourselves, and what we tried to do is first we knew we had to innovate to disrupt the market. We couldn't just be the number 2 guy and try to make something happen or break through at least. And second is that we knew we had to kind of be very nimble in how we approached the development, and that's hard to do in Microsoft because it's all about processes. Everything's like 18 months out, so we had to kind of sidestep that process. And third is that we knew we had to experiment and be able to iterate a lot, so which the big guy can't do like Google. And so with that in mind, we went out and kind of took a hard look at what people were doing in search, because search really, the last 10, 15 years hadn't changed. So we knew that there was something there that we could probably improve on. And what we found out is a lot of times 25% of the searches that people are doing were successful, which means like 1 out of 4 searches were leading people to what they wanted. And second is that only about 50% of searches required, or 50% of searches require some kind of like refinement. So a lot of like backlinks and like wasted clicks, wasted time. And third is that we knew people were doing these really long searches that search engines weren't built to do 10 years ago. And this is something like getting traveling to Brazil, right? It's not just like finding one thing. It's like getting a car, getting a hotel, finding a flight. So we needed to address like those type of prolonged sessions. And what we did as a result is we focused on trying to visually organize results. So instead of just giving you 10 links to sift through and kind of make sense out of your own, we tried to give it a more intuitive human experience. And second, we tried to simplify the key tasks, which we knew about 40% of searches were all in 1 or 4 types of search categories, those being shopping, travel, local, and health. So we really focused on optimizing those experiences. And thirdly, we tried to understand people's intent. Instead of just like giving you information, we tried to give you knowledge. So you're getting 1 step closer to accomplishing a task instead of just getting a piece of information and making something out of it. And it's been 13 months since we launched, and we've been luckily pretty successful. We have about 60% unaided awareness now, which is good for a first-year company. $100 million marketing budget helps. And but more importantly, we saw about 4.7% in market share growth, which doesn't sound like a lot, but is significant in the search market, especially when the leader has like over 70%. And there's no other company that has sustained this kind of growth ever, I guess, Google. So we're very happy about that. And we're going to hopefully keep innovating and talking to people like you to find like new and cool ways to surface search in their daily life. So if you have ideas, let me know. And
Married Facebook?
Facebook, yeah, we're talking to you. And so if you haven't given us a try, please do.
Before cat pictures.
And if you have, but it's been a while, we've done a lot of cool, innovative stuff in the last year, so give us another try, and hopefully one day your son or daughter will look up to you and say, Daddy, I want to Bing that. To Professor Happy Cat himself.